What's up, guys? I'm back. It's been like 2 weeks. Forgive me for not doing this a little bit earlier. I got a little sick, and I'm still kind of sick now. So forgive me for if I have any phlegm or nastiness that comes across on the cam on this vlog. Nonetheless, I wanted to give you guys my UFC 159 predictions for this Saturday. Very excited about it, mainly because it's in the New York City tri-state area that I will be attending, as well as a lot of other vloggers. So I'm kind of looking forward to meeting a couple people. Surfer Ken, I think, hit me up, and a couple other people said they're going to be there. But nonetheless, quick little brief thing. WrestleMania 29 was amazing. I did for the whole week, I felt like I was a teenager doing different events. I did the Hogan Uncensored, which was amazing. That was pretty awesome. I got to meet my hero. I threw it up on YouTube, so some of you guys can check it out. And I don't know if I did any other things. I mean, I went to WrestleMania. If you didn't watch WrestleMania and you're looking at it, looking for me, my face is pretty much on every match. Especially if you look at the Undertaker CM Punk match. I'm actually right when Taker's about to give the leg drop on Punk. You can see my face clearly there. So I'm actually all over it with my Twitter handle, which is pretty cool. I pretty much immortalized myself at WrestleMania. I spent $900 on the seats, and they were well worth it, just because I was there all event long. Car was okay. Wasn't the best WrestleMania, wasn't the worst. The fact that I was there, emotional moment. It was the one that got away. WrestleMania 10, 20 got away from me, but 29 was a reality thanks to my wife. Alright, so I want to do the UFC 159 predictions for you guys. I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible, not because I just don't want to go too in depth, but because I know that just seeing me is not as entertaining as the back and forth stuff I do with Chuck, and I do miss doing the vlogs with him. I just can't do it right now. He has his situation, I have mine. I need a laptop, and in order for me to do the vlogs the way that we were doing before, I just can't do it on my home PC. It's just not fast enough, and it's just not convenient for me to do anymore. So I'm going to try to rock these, try to keep on doing these, and keep my face out there, and just bear with me. I'm going to try my best, get a second job, do something just to make a little extra money, get myself a nice MacBook so I could probably do this stuff more often. So we're going to start the card off. UFC 159. I got the iPad here, so if you see me looking down, it's not because I'm just trying to be uncool or something like that. It's just that I have the matches in front of me on here, kicking it with the iPad 1. Nonetheless, we got the first match, Jim Miller versus Pat Healy. I think this is going to be fight of the night, believe it or not. I have yet to see a Jim Miller fight that as of recently, I can't think of anything where Miller had like a really boring fight in the UFC. And Healy's coming off from Strikeforce. I believe it's his first fight. Healy spoke about in several interviews that he wanted a top 10 competitor, and he got Jim Miller, who is tough as nails. Both these guys are tough as nails. They're somewhat evenly matched. Both guys are really good at the ground, really good at grappling, and good stand-up, pretty decent stand-up. Healy just a little bit more of a power striker than Miller, but if you watched Miller's last fight, he took it to people, and Miller's no joke, man. I know I'm a nut hugger. I love Miller. I love both the Miller brothers. Jim Miller did my first interview in person. The first person I was cool about me interviewing him. It was a horrible interview because I was so nervous, but nonetheless, I always kind of lean towards Jim Miller in this. So here's how I see the fight going down, and hopefully my bias towards this fight doesn't It doesn't come through too much. Like I said, both guys are really, really good strikers, decent strikers, and very good grapplers. Healy's known for submissions, and he wins a lot of fights by decision. I think this is going to decision, but I see the fact that Miller's a little bit more all around of a good fighter, MMA fighter. I think if Healy tries to take it to the ground, I think Miller's going to try to be able to escape or be able to defend himself enough where he won't be taking too much damage and get himself out of any threatening positions. I think and if it stands up, I think Miller's going to probably get the best of it. It's going to be a very, very close fight. I'm looking forward to actually seeing this fight. But I think Miller's going to win by decision. I don't think he's going to finish Healy, but definitely by decision. Next fight, Phil Davis versus Vinny Magalhaes. Forgive me if I mispronounce his last name. So this is actually a pretty interesting fight. Phil Davis, Mr. Wonderful, just pretty much was a hot prospect. I know he lost, but very good wrestler, very strong, very good jiu-jitsu. Not amazing, but very good jiu-jitsu, good at submissions. So Phil Davis is fighting a guy who is a jiu-jitsu wizard. I think he won ADCC, Vinny Magalhaes. So on the ground, it'd be interesting. Here's the thing, though, that I've learned about jiu-jitsu, and that is, just because you're really good at jiu-jitsu doesn't mean that jiu-jitsu, in the sense of just doing jiu-jitsu competitions and stuff like that, is different than doing MMA jiu-jitsu. Just because you're great at that doesn't mean that you're going to be effective in MMA. Just the way you look at it, Phil Davis would be an idiot not to prepare himself for whatever. He probably, once he signed at the dotted line, Davis is probably doing his best to work out with the best jiu-jitsu guys out there and work on his defense. Here's the thing, he's so strong that I think that he should be able to get away from any imminent threat that Vinny actually puts on him as far as submissions. I don't think on the ground Davis is going to be able to finish him. And I think this is going to be somewhat of a very tactical fight. And I think, if they stand up, I think Phil Davis is going to get the best of him. It's going to be interesting. I think Phil Davis wins this by decision. I think it's going to be a little bit of a boring fight, unfortunately. So we'll see how that goes. But, whatever Vinny does as far as submissions, I just think Vinny's going to be able to Phil Davis is going to be able to defend it. So you throw that out the window. You got Roy Nelson versus Cheick Kongo. This should be an interesting, fun fight. Both guys are really, really good strikers. Roy Nelson, of course, is amazing on the ground. So overall, Nelson has a better game. It's a 3-round fight, so I think Nelson, as long as he doesn't gas out, should win this fight. I actually think these guys are gonna go at each other with striking. Nelson's got a great chin, and Cheick Kongo's chin has been tested, and it's been cracked a couple times. Cheick Kongo has been knocked out, and he's taken some beatings. So I think Nelson's going to win this fight by knockout in the first round. I think they're just going to go barging and running and ramming into each other. And I think Nelson's just going to hit him with a shot and KO Cheick Kongo. So it should be brutal, actually. I think it's going to be real fun to watch in person. You got Michael Bisping versus Alan Belcher. This is an interesting fight. Both guys don't like each other. Bisping has always been known to talk. The thing with Bisping, though, is that although his chin is a little weak, he's a really, really good. I think he's underrated as a fighter. Bisping's really, really good. Powerful striker. He has his way around the grappling. And, you know, Belcher can get a little erratic. I don't think Belcher's got the tools to beat a Michael Bisping. Yeah, he has his flashy strikes, and Belcher could take a punch, and you know, but I think Bisping just overmatches him all around. And it seems that Bisping's that one guy that almost gets there to top the fight and then loses. You know, so as long as Bisping protects the chin, he should win this fight. It shouldn't be a difficult fight for him to lose. So I got Bisping decision. I think there's going to be a semi-decent fight. I think it's going to be entertaining. So we go down to the main event between Jon Jones and Chael Sonnen. So a lot of people were kind of hesitant about this fight. I am too. I love Chael. I love Chael. He has the best promos. His aura as a whole. He's got the whole pro wrestling vibe around him. The way that he does his hypes up fights. He's a funny guy, smart guy, sharp, and actually one of my favorite fighters. And it's kind of rough because I've met Jon Jones several times, hung out with his camp and stuff like that through Bloodstain, and he introduced me. And I've met Jon Jones. He's also one of my favorite fighters. It's when you watch the sport, you're gonna cling to certain guys. Met Jon Jones several times, but we're talking about a guy who's moving up in weight. I know Chael hasn't fought at 205 in a while, and going against the light heavyweight champion of the world, the guys who's pretty much decimated, annihilated people, the best in the world. You know, will the move in weight? I don't think the move in weight's going to be a big deal. Chael has been known to kind of gas out in fights, especially later on, and will that play a part as far as cardio wise? You know, if a guy kind of because of a weight cut, could actually take out a lot of energy. So I don't really know how Chael's gonna respond to the weight thing. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. Chael is erratic with his striking. I don't think he's got knockout power. I think the problem is when you fight a guy like Jon Jones, and we mentioned cardio wise, you're gonna have to take exert yourself an extra 1 or 2 steps to get into striking range with him, unless you're doing a leg kick, which I'm surprised a lot of guys don't go after Jon Jones's legs because of his stance and everything. But you know, when you think about this fight, you got Chael has to exert himself. Will he be able to do that for 5 rounds? I don't. Even if he gets into striking range, I don't see him having the power to knock out a Jon Jones. It might happen, you know. He might. The thing is, so standing up, Jon Jones is going to be able to. I think if he throws in those elbows like he did with Rashad, kick him, kick the knees in. I think he should be able to standing up. Pretty much own Chael, probably make him look foolish, and I think like Chael said it recently, he thinks Jon Jones has better skills as is a better fighter than Anderson. If that's the case, then Chael is not going to be trying to stand up with Jon Jones. So you know, I expect Jon Jones, whether on the feet, to use his reach. We're going to be seeing a lot of elbows, maybe even in the clinch. You know, I think Jon Jones is going to be able to push him off. And then you got a guy, and then the other ways, what everybody's saying Chael has to do is pretty much take down Jon Jones and ground and pound him for 5 rounds. Again, cardio might be a big deal with this. The fact that he's got to exert himself to get to Jon Jones, to take him down. Jon hasn't been on his back a lot, if you watch his fights. He's quick enough, I think, to be able to stop the takedown and stuff them. And I think, but the thing is, if Chael gets him down, I think he should be able to kind of ground and pound him. I think he should be able to do some damage, do some work. So it would be interesting if Chael does be able to get him down, and I hope Chael does get him down at one point during this fight. I'm scared that this might be annihilation. I think Jon Jones. The feeling that I have is that Jon Jones is going to make Chael look stupid, foolish, and he's going to decimate him, which is going to be bad. I think this is going to be a very quick fight. I think Jon Jones is going to probably knock him out in the second round. Either I don't, and it's very likely he could submit him, but I'm going with the knockout in the second round. So ref stoppage. I think he's going to take Chael down, or he's going to do something to Chael there. Chael's going to be on the mat, and just Jon Jones is going to be raining down some shots on him, and the ref is going to have no choice but to stop the fight. I think that we're going to see a real quick main event, and I'm a little disappointed with the hype. I know, the fact that they like each other. Jon Jones hasn't hyped up the fight. He doesn't have to, but I don't see why he didn't, since it pretty much, the more sales pretty much go are bought, more pay-per-view buys, the more he gets in his pocket. I don't know why Jon Jones didn't do that, but it's his prerogative. I know that he probably doesn't want to get mind games and have Chael get under the skin, or let Chael know that he because Chael's got that positive thinking and the whole. I think he really believes. After a while, it's like a mantra. I'm the best in the world. I'm the champ. Da, 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 da. And then eventually, I think he really does believe that. It builds his confidence. Going to the fight, I think Jon knows that, and he didn't play into that like Anderson did. Again, that's my predictions. I got Jim Miller winning by decision. I got Phil Davis winning by decision. Nelson by knockout. Bisping by decision. And Jones by ref stoppage due to strikes in the second round. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If I rambled on too long, I'm sorry. But I'm going to try my best to get into this quicker. And I should have done this a while ago. But like I said, I got sick. And I actually couldn't find good lighting in my house to do this stuff. And then I realized I didn't go into a room that I should have. Thank you. Add me on Twitter. Comment whether you liked it or not. Give me your picks. And let me know if I can somehow get this a little bit more exciting. Shout out to Chuck. As always, Bloodstained Lane, who's my friend. We don't hang out as much as we should, but now that I moved to Queens, we'll be doing that a lot. And I think on Friday we should be hanging out, so it should be a lot of fun. So that's it. Check it out. I hope you guys enjoy the fights, and tweet me if you're there. I'd love to get any feedback from you guys in person or on Twitter. Later, guys.